Now you're trying to smother us.
I'm trying to smother you?
Well, you turned off all the air conditioning.
It's not off.
Oh.
Look at the attitude with the sunglasses and the attitude.
Well,
Sunglasses and attitude. What's my life coming to?
Well, you'll never know.
I'll never know.
No.
Can I see your beautiful eyes at least?
Not in this bright sun.
Well,
But, okay. How's that?
Oh, there. Thank you. Mom, can I see yours too? Oh, thank you.
She ain't got blue eyes. She's got green.
I didn't say she had blue eyes.
Oh, just me and you.
Yeah, just us.
Yeah.
So I've been gone a few days. Your bra's showing. Okay, there. I fixed it.
Okay.
I've been gone a few days.
Oh, quite a few.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
I've been bouncing around. But guess where I went?
I know you went to Oklahoma.
I did go to Oklahoma.
And I don't know where else you went.
Well, all we need to talk about is Oklahoma. I went and saw your son. And we hung out for a couple days.
Oh.
You know, I haven't seen him since I was a little kid.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Has he got gray hair yet?
No, he's still got kind of brown hair.
I'll be darned.
I know, it's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous to see him.
Why?
Well, I don't remember getting along with him that well when I was a kid.
Oh, well, you're an adult now.
I know.
Yeah.
It sitting across from him felt really, really good. It was a lot of memories and a lot of love, and I was really happy that I saw him.
I'm glad of that.
I'm glad too. And guess what?
What?
He agreed to talk to me on he let me record him.
Really?
He did.
I'll be darned.
You know what we talked about?
What?
We talked about some of the videos that we made that he saw where I said that the kids aren't calling you.
Yeah.
And about how you put Grandpa's mistress face down in the dinner and all the abuse that Grandpa gave you. And we talked a lot about those videos, and he told me his side of the story. It amazes me the power of forgiveness.
Oh, yeah.
That I couldn't believe that I forgave him after everything that he had been through, that he forgave him.
Well, if you don't forgive him, you're going to just haunt yourself the rest of your life. Don't you think?
Yes, I do think that.
Yeah, I do too.
It was really nice. I mean, talk about different worlds. It's so strange to go back and see family and see how far my life has changed. He's happy. He's happy. He's full of love and happiness, and he's had a lot of bad times in his life, but he still smiles. It was interesting, but I'm going to play the video as long, so I'm going to put that here at the end of this, so we'll keep this part of it short so we can play the rest of that video. Really happy. I flew a long way to come see you, and I'm happy you saw me.
Oh, I'm not as happy as I am.
Yeah. I'm very happy that you.
Yeah, I'm real proud of you, Giovanni. I couldn't be more proud if you were my son. I just couldn't be more proud. Wow, that's all I can say is wow.
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 I am so happy to be back.
Yeah.
This is and I'm really happy that you agreed to talk on the camera.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think that
I'm a little nervous.
I know you're nervous. You don't have to be nervous. The message that you're giving of love and healing and forgiveness is something that we all need. It's been a very, very long time since we've seen each other.
Close to 30 years, probably.
I was a kid.
Yes.
And
when you took off.
Yeah, I took off.
And you've done very well at that.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But I can't tell you how it does my heart so good to be here with you. And to just, these last 2 days just spending with you have made me feel a little more complete.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the same feeling. It's like an old friend you finally ran into after so many years, you know?
Yeah.
And now I look at you, you're not a young man anymore. I mean, you're not an old man. But when you left, you were just a kid.
strong enough medicated.
It's been a while. Your life has made quite a turn. And all I can say is I'm so damn proud of you. I am really proud of you. You set out to do something, by golly, you did it. You did it, you know? And wow. I set out to do a lot of things, but there are a lot of things I've never finished.
Well, there's a lot of things that I've never finished either. I mean, I've had more failures than successes. I've tried a lot of things. I just got the things that worked for me just happened to work really, really well.
Yeah.
And I got lucky. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, a lot of things I tried didn't work out, and I had to move on. And then some of the things paid off big, and I got lucky. And I don't ever forget that. I'm not smarter than anybody else. I'm not hard.
Well, you're not a dummy. I'll tell you that. You're not a dummy. And plus, you got all that good looks going for you. You know.
I see so much similarity.
It's hard to do as good as you do with looks like this.
No, but I think we look a lot alike. I
do?
keep looking across at you, seeing me.
What, the blue eye?
Yeah, and the bone structure. You have like the cheekbones and the jaw. Like I see so much of myself in you.
Kind of like Mom.
Yes.
Sometimes my wife will look at me and say, "Oh my gosh, you look just like your mom."
Yeah.
You know, she says that quite a bit.
You do.
And I can see it myself.
I definitely see it. So I did a video, which you saw, and it was Grandma complaining that nobody called her and that her kids weren't calling her. Remember that video?
Right, I remember.
And she thought people were a little upset with her. And I thought it was because I moved her out to live with me and that people were mad.
No, people are jealous. There's a big difference there. It's just jealousy because we're stuck in our little worlds that go nowhere. You know what I mean? I've got a ceiling, and every time I want to do something, I hit the top of that ceiling, and I give up. Because, you know, you only hit the top of the ceiling so many times and come back down, you finally give up. But I'm real happy with what I have, and I'm real happy with my life. I don't have anything. I don't have a lot. But I'm just real happy. I'm just real happy with my life. What can I say?
So if everyone's happy, or you're happy, you were never jealous that Grandma went out there.
Oh, heck no. I thought it was the best thing in the world. You got to remember, Mom called me before she called y'all.
Yes.
And she said, I got to get out of here. And she was crying. I got to get out of here and everything. I thought, oh my God. And I'll call you back and everything. And I called my brother. I said, Mom wants to come home. And I would love for her to come home with me. But I had her here for 2 days and she wasn't too happy here. I think it's too hot. It was too far away from everybody. But the second she hit California, things seemed to happen. I don't know what. But she's a changed person, and I love you for it. I thank you so much for it. And it's you, Giovanni. You've done it. It's none of us. We couldn't have made her happy like this. You've made my mom happy, and I love you for it.
I love you so much. I love you so much.
And your mom. Your mom took care of my dad from to the very end, and now she's taking care of my mom. What a trooper! What a trooper!
The reason I wanted to talk to you is, as much as Grandma suffered, you suffered.
We all suffered.
You all suffered, and
we were all scared to death.
You were made to eat under the table like a dog.
Yes.
You couldn't sit at the table.
Because I ate like a pig, I guess.
You were a baby. You were 1 year old, and he put you in a hole and threatened to bury you.
No, I was in the first grade.
Oh, the first grade.
I flunked the first grade.
And so he was going to bury you?
He was digging a big hole to put the trash in. That's what you did years ago. And I'm standing there watching him, and he said, what do you got there? And I said, my report card. I didn't even know what it was. He took it, he looked at it, he reached up and grabbed me by the shirt, pulled me down, slammed me on my back down at the bottom of that, climbed up out of there, called me some names, said, I'll bury you alive, and started throwing the dirt on me when my mom come out and stopped him. My dad, when he got to drinking, got a little crazy, just like everybody else that drinks.
But not with guns and the violence, and you had to sleep in the cellar.
Yeah, well, in the summer, yeah, And every time it rained, you always had a salamander at the bottom step down there, it seems like. But I was afraid of the dark back then, and being in that cellar was really creepy. And then I had to walk outside and walk around the house to use the restroom in the dark. And we had a light that shined out there on all the rabbit hutches out there, and all them eyes were sparkling out there. And it would just scare the heck out of me as a child. And so I was treated accordingly because I was one of the orneriest kids probably ever to be born.
There's no, you don't beat and abuse children no matter what. And you didn't beat and abuse yours, did you?
No.
I said on a video that I broke the cycle of abuse, but you broke it before I did. You broke the cycle of, you decided that all was going to end right there. And you did something else that you made me cry yesterday when I left your house. I pulled over and I cried.
What was that?
You showed me his picture, your dad's picture, and you showed me his ashes. And you told me that he told you he loved you.
Yes. About 2 years before he died, he told me. I was sitting outside with him, talking and everything, and I says, Dad, how come you've never told me that you loved me? This had to be something inside that I was yearning for, the love, that I never got from him. Because his time at that time was more important to sit at the bar stool than it was to be home. Taking me fishing, showing me how to hunt, doing stuff with his family. His family was at a bar, and they were all just like him, trying to escape reality or something, I don't know. But yeah, he was a mean old man, but I gotta tell you what, I got to know him when he got sick. I laid there in the bed with him, embarrassed about it and everything, but I got to know him a little bit, talk to him a lot, and just realized how much I loved him. I never knew. In fact, there was times growing up when I thought about when I grow up what the things I was going to do to him. But then when I grew up, and Christ says forgiveness. The world has to forgive each other. We all have to forgive each other. We have to start being brothers and sisters again, because this is not the world I grew up in, and I'm not very happy with it.
But the world you grew up in was filled with violence and abuse and alcoholism.
But it was also, you didn't have to worry about getting shot in your living room. It wasn't a dangerous world. It was just a world. Well, my world, my dad.
But Uncle Rick, can I just say that you were hiding under a tarp when he was with his mistress?
Yes, I was.
And he was carrying a gun looking to shoot your mother?
I only had a pair of shoes without shoes or socks. I only had a pair of pants on.
And he was trying to find you to kill you with a gun. So you did have to worry about getting shot in your living room.
Well, he did go down the road, and there was a full moon that night, so we could see him real good. And I'd say we was probably 100 yards off the road. And we was hiding underneath a piece of canvas in the middle of an asparagus field. But we could see him and hear him, and we was real quiet. My brother had actually come and got each one of us out of bed. He said, come on, and got us out of the house. We got out there, and I looked at my mom. Her face was beat to a pulp. He beat her in front of his girlfriend, or in front of his lady friend, I'll say. And then he took the gun, and he walked down the road, and all I kind of remember something about, when I find you, I'll kill you all, something like that. Unless that's something I heard. But anyway, it's up here, whatever it is. And it was a scary time.
But through all of that, you found forgiveness in your heart.
Yes, through Christ. I have to through Christ. So forgiveness is the most important thing. I forgive a lot of people that's really, really hurt me, because that's what feels good in my heart. That makes me look in the mirror and maybe like what I see now. I'm not a bad guy, you know. I come from a pretty loving childhood with my siblings and stuff. We all were pretty tight and stuff. Not all of us, but most of us.
Did you ever confront your dad about the stuff he did?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I confronted him and stuff, and it was almost like he was a little ashamed of what he done. Because he sat real quiet, didn't have much to say about it, but you could see him thinking about the past. And maybe he was realizing, man, I put my children through some regular hell. Not the girls. The girls never, ever in their lifetime got touched.
Right.
And not so much even the other two brothers.
It was you.
I got it.
Mom told me that you
I got it. I
got it the worst.
I got it so bad. But that's okay. It made me, it built my character. It made me better than I was. And I gotta tell you, there's a lot of times I needed it. I did. I needed that ass kicking. I needed that ass kicking because it made me stop whatever I was doing. I guarantee you, you got a 6'4" man coming after you, and you're only 3 foot tall. You know, you're gonna do what they say. But yeah.
So I have a question for you. When your son was 3 feet tall and he messed up, did you kick his ass? Did you bruise his face?
No, I never bruised him. I never hit him, slap him, or hit him or anything like that.
Why didn't you? If you said you deserved it and you needed it, when your son acted up, how come you didn't do the same thing?
Because I knew what my dad was doing wasn't really right.
So you have been gaslit to believe that it was okay and that you deserved it. Uncle Rick, look at me. You never deserved that. You're a good man and you were a good boy.
But I was an ornery kid.
But all kids are ornery kids.
I mean, I was
It doesn't matter.
borderline crazy.
No,
You know.
you didn't deserve that.
But yeah.
Look at me. You didn't deserve that. All right.
Yeah.
I mean that.
I've forgiven myself for everything years ago.
And you forgave him.
And I love him to death.
This is what's interesting to me, and this is what made me. This is why I wanted to talk to
He doesn't know
you.
what Giovanni. But all the times they abuse me. And I don't mean sexually.
No, I know.
Physically, I still love him. You know, I'll never stop. That's why his picture's up there by his urn. Honor thy father. If you don't honor your father here on earth, how can you honor your father in heaven? Do you see what I'm saying? But he ended up being kind and gentle, and I forgave him, and I don't hold any condemnation over him whatsoever. He didn't handle things the way I handle them as an adult, but that doesn't mean I'm any better than him. He just needed some help that he didn't get. That's all. He just needed some help.
I am crying, obviously. I'm so glad I reconnected with you.
Me too. Me too. And I never want to lose you.
You won't.
I won't. So many of the family don't want to be around each other anymore. Like that crazy brother of mine in Nebraska. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I love him too. He just doesn't want anything to do with us anymore.
He has his story.
He's
He's got his reasons and his story, and
yep, and I still love him. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. I still love you. You know?
I went and away very young. So I worked really, I still work really hard to have that life.
Yeah,
It really is weird that I got everything I wanted and my heart wasn't full. Grandma coming out to live with me has filled my heart in ways that you'll never understand.
And vice versa. You know, vice versa. I've never seen my mom this happy. And how can anybody put anything on you when you have done what we couldn't do? You have made her totally happy. She's never felt so happy in all her life. Now she feels like somebody.
She is somebody.
Yes. Well, she gave up a career in singing to be married and have kids.
I know.
I remember when she used to sing real pretty. I don't know if she probably still does. Last time I was in church with her, I'll never forget it, how I looked down at her standing beside me, and she had her little arms up, and she was just singing, and she'd look up at me just while she was singing and everything, and it just filled my heart with so much love. I thought, oh, Mama, oh, yes. You know, that's a great feeling,
Yeah.
worshiping together,
Yeah.
you know. Whoa. But yeah.
So please just call her as often as you can. She needs you. You're her baby boy.
I'm her baby.
And she, if you're sitting around on a Tuesday with nothing to do, just pick up the phone and call her.
Yeah.
You're sitting around on a Thursday, pick up the phone and call her.
Yeah.
You don't have, she has this set day of Saturday. Like every,
Yes,
she talks,
I know. And sometimes she don't call on Saturday.
and she, you know what? You know why she doesn't call on
Huh.
Saturday? She tests you guys. She's like, let me see if my kids love me enough to call me. So I'm not gonna call. And she sees who calls and who doesn't. And then she won't call the next week. And she gets very angry. And she's like, how come if I don't make the calls, they don't call me? And I didn't have the answer for her. And I said, Grandma, maybe they just don't like me. And they don't.
Oh, no.
I just thought that's what it was, because
No.
I couldn't understand them being mad at her for anything.
Well, if she lived with you, maybe they could have been mad at you, but you don't live with her.
No.
She's got her own place. She's doing her own thing. And when a mad dog barks, you don't turn around and bark back. You know what I mean? Just let it go off your back like water on a duck, because these people have some hang-ups that they need to work on, obviously. But there ain't nothing wrong with you, and there ain't nothing wrong with my mama. And you even take care of your mama pretty dang good. And yeah, it's what else could I ask for? What else?
Well, I've learned a lot about forgiveness from you. I can't believe that you forgave him in your heart, and you loved him, and you saw him as a father at the end, and that he became the father to you that you didn't have when you were young.
I can't wait to see him again. I can't wait. I'm gonna run up to him and I'm like, because we're all one. We're all a family. We're all in this. Think of a bonfire. All this wood's thrown in, the fire just gets bigger and bigger. But we're all the same fire. We're all, you know what I'm saying? Love conquers everything. Love. Just love one another as Jesus loved us. And we'll all be great. We'll all be fine.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
You're welcome. Anytime. I'll talk to you every time you come here.
Oh, good.